Good evening, Mayor and City Councilman. Again, now I'm here for the topic that I'd like to be here. The previous, well, not previous gentleman, but the gentleman about an hour ago spoke about ethics, not your ethics. Ethics, I believe, of the developer. And I was not really involved with Proposition D or D until maybe the last 2-3 weeks. Again, I was too busy playing soccer and everything else. But I had a soccer buddy that kind of told me about, did you know that there's going to be 2 million square feet of office space at VallCo? I said, no way. I said, after 4 or 5 weeks of getting 3 mailers every day, 3 mailers, times 6 weeks. The only mailer I got that didn't really reflect that was this one. Can I turn it on here? And you'll notice here, little line here.
If you could turn it around, please.
Oh, okay. Sorry. The little line here says 2 million square feet. I said, oh my God, is that for real? So I talked to my soccer friend who was part of Better Growth Citizens Cupertino. I'm not a member of any organization. And then I said, maybe what's happened here, VallCo, or, Peter Powell, or the homes there, the Summerhill homes. I think maybe what you've done is I'm a great fan of World War II. Famous Admiral Yamamoto said, when he unleashed the raid on Pearl Harbor, I'm afraid we've woken up a sleeping bear. Well, I may be one of those sleeping bears because now I went around the last week or two before the election. I went around to about 100 citizens, knocked on their doors, and in the Far Lap, in the Man Drive area, talked to people. I said, do you know that VallCo is going to have 2 million square feet? If you do your simple little engineering, it's 200 square feet per office, so that's 10,000 people are going to work there. And I said, oh my God, this can't happen. If you put out all the numbers around VallCo and 280, there are going to be 30,000 people there at VallCo, Wolf Road and 280. And I'm old enough to have gone through the Lockheed Peak at California Microwave Matilda. I worked there for 17 years. Lockheed in 1978, 1982 had about 32,000 people. And when those people went home, total gridlock. In 1978, 1980, you couldn't go home before like 6:30, 7 o'clock because 101 North and 101 South was just total gridlock. I had parents that lived in San Carlos, and I was trying to get for dinner there one day a week, and I couldn't leave till about 7. So all I can say is that, Mr. Powell, it's my words, I think it was a criminal omission to not put 2 million square feet in any of his little handouts, none of them. And, my word would be criminal negligence because it's not your responsibility, but somebody's responsibility to say, if you're building a VallCo, to tell the citizens that you're going to have 10,000 people working there and you're going to have 2 million square feet. None of the handouts had that. Now, that gentleman said about ethics. That was ethics. That was ethics in advertisement. He omitted that fact, a very critical fact. When I talked to people in the Far Lap and Man Drive area, all I had to do was tell them the truth. One thing I had to tell them. Did you know that there are going to be 2 million square feet in that VallCo? And they said, no, I didn't know anything about it. And their jaw dropped, and that from that point on, that was it. That was the vote.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'll bring it back.